Too many cooks. Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
Takes a lot to make a stew.
When it comes
Yeah, no, it's not a thing.
You got money, make sure you head around. Yeah, I can't hear you guys because you guys can't actually talk to me. 3 hearts. Play to rest. Come on. Before you wipe your butt, wipe from the front to the back. Never back to front. Give me your money. Ice cream, yeah, whatever that shit is, right? I don't care about their comfort. The egg will always persist. Let me cook. Let me cook. Daddy. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You know when you gotta, you know. I never get a sponsorship from them because I curse too much. Fuck you guys. Fuck. You guys won't hear me speak another word for the whole stream.
too many cooks. 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 Too many cooks.
Fuck.
Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
You know what dirt smells like?
Especially when
I've been waiting. Fiber. Oh, this is how you make me feel. Then your mom in front of the Hoover Dam. This bird is gonna fucking squirt all over me. No, I'm not good. I'm the best. No, I was on Iron Chef.
You should boing boing, ass Jazz. It's
Bobby
happening soon.
Flay.
1 second. We're getting our shit together.
It takes a lot to make a stew.
a pinch of
All right.
salt and laughter too.
Is there an app you can do to make me disappear? I don't know. I hope not.
To make it nice.
Hold on, guys. We're getting everything set up. We're almost there. Almost there. All this behind the scenes shit.
Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
Takes a lot to make a stew.
When it
Right.
comes
Yeah, no, it's not a thing.
You got money, make sure you head around. Yeah, I can't hear you guys because you guys can't actually talk to me. 3 hearts. Play to rest. Come on. Before you wipe your butt, wipe from the front to the back.
Let's see
Never
what we got.
back
Let's
to
see what
front.
we got.
Give me your money.
How are you doing? Ruben is cool, K. How are you doing? Don't worry, we're gonna
Ice
get
cream,
we're gonna get it
yeah,
going,
whatever
guys.
that shit is, right?
I don't care about their comfort.
The egg will always persist. Let me cook. Let me cook. Daddy.
mixing out.
Okay.
You're a piece of
okay,
shit.
Okay.
You're a
here we
piece of
go.
shit. You know when you gotta,
Here we
you know.
go.
I never get a sponsorship from them because I curse too much. Hello everyone to another episode of Cooking with Me. Guys, I still haven't come up with the fucking name. You guys aren't giving me the suggestions of names. I need them. I need to know. Right? Anyways, before we do any of that, let me put on some sick jammage because I said I was going to get everything ready and I didn't. Fucking failure. Failure on my part. Anyways, okay. So, guys, we're back on another day two of our kitchen prep for Vday. Because tomorrow we're doing this whole thing, cooking with Uber stuff. I know it's so simple, right? I could do it, but I feel like I could come up with something even more obnoxious than just cooking with Uber stuff. You know, like cooking with, I don't know, I can't think of fucking anything, but I feel like I can, right? And if I feel like I can, then that means I can do anything. If Pinocchio can do it, so can I. But Pinocchio is kind of fucking useless when you think about it. But if you also think about it, he was kind of accomplished for, you know, pretty much being like 3 days old, you know, or some shit before he got taken away. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, we do got some extra stuff we got to do today to kind of push it through. We're gonna check on some plants because I also got some seeds I want to start. We might do that for the stream today, or I might not do it at all. I might even not start until next week. I don't fucking know. I didn't do this. I didn't do any of this. All right. Anyways, guys, before we get started, I just want to say thank you guys for coming in. Again, this is, you know, day 2 of the point of view streams. If you guys prefer the bird's eye scene instead of the point of view, let me know. I feel like the point of view is a little bit more interactive and all that shit. So you guys like it? Hell yeah. If you don't like it, okay, then I'll go back to the other way. I don't know. I mean, I'm still planning on getting a DSLR, and if we do that, I can add the 4th camera setup, and we can do that. I can only do so much. I'm only one man who can do all this stuff. Also, guys, follows and likes and all that shit for you guys on TikTok and on Twitch. You all get sound effects. I don't even bother with YouTube anymore. However, I did get 1 viewer on YouTube last night. I don't know how long they were. They obviously didn't fucking chat, so I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you guys, right? So anyways, let's go ahead and get some shit started, right? So, guys, we are gonna do a dessert today for sure. So for all you guys who are looking for me to do some baking, today we're gonna do a little bit. And it's gonna be pretty fucking cool because we're doing a fucking lava cake. And it's gonna be gluten-free and dairy-free. Thank you so much for the like, follow. So it's gonna be a gluten-free and dairy-free chocolate molten lava cake. That's gonna blow your fucking mind. It's gonna blow my mind, but I know it's gonna work, right? I know it's gonna work. So that is something we're gonna do for tomorrow's stream. And I was gonna try and make it like matcha, but the problem with that is I do not have just plain chocolate fat, which is white chocolate. And so that's not a thing that we can do, right? So anyways, we are gonna go ahead and get this show on the road. And the way we're gonna do that is by just getting our shit together. Let me get my book that we wrote all our stuff down. Also, I'm making cocktails. I am not a bartender. So I only know, you know, everything needs to equal 4 ounces. That's all I fucking know. So there is that color, that. So we are gonna cut some fish. That for sure is gonna.
Pedro.
Yeah, I think the subscriber, so thank you so much for the sub, Ruben. So means a ton. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get fish going. We'll work on the dessert. There is some R&D I have to do with the dessert, and we are also going to work on some shoyu, which means I gotta anchor this over here because we need to get that steeped, right? We need to steep in it, make it nice and steep. All right, So here's what we are going to do. We're gonna switch this over to our bird's eye. Oh, there we go. Look at how sexy you guys are. Oh, infinite screen of death. Infinite. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and before we get started, let's go ahead and check up on our plants. Guys, if you were here yesterday, you guys know we saved the scallions. You could see already day 1 in here, like the roots are like super plump, right? Super plump and delish. And the insides of them are starting to rise, right? Give it 3 or 4 days, and we'll get at least an inch. And you know, you got practically, as long as you're keeping this hydrated, ready to go, and neutral with nutrients and shit, it's gonna keep growing. Look at our mung beans with our ghetto setup. And honestly, these are the second best looking plants. Our red bell peppers are starting to germinate. These take a little bit longer to germinate. It happens. Our Mizuna is looking fucking fire, and we are gonna actually trim some of this because tomorrow they will be great for micro. So some of this is actually gonna be garnished for tomorrow's dinner. And then our shiso is still not doing shit, but it's okay. Shiso's gonna do what it does, right? Yeah, Ruford. I'm pretty positive it's Ruford, but now I get to call you Ruben because you don't have a 4 in your name, so it works out. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let's get our induction burner out. Also, we got some glasses and stuff. That's actually a surprise for tomorrow. All right, and so are those flowers. How are you doing, Z? How are you doing? All right, so what we are going to do is we're gonna make some shoyu, which is essentially soy sauce. We're not gonna make soy sauce, guys. I don't have the time or patience to do that because it takes fucking months, even years to do soy sauce, right? However, what we are going to do is infuse our soy sauce with a fuck ton of aromatics because I want this to be as I want this to be as flavorful and impactful as anything. However, I also need to make sure that it's going to, that the soy sauce is going to like complement everything else. So, in my personal mind, there are two things that will always complement when it comes to Japanese cuisine: onions and mushrooms, right? Always, always, always. You can't go wrong with those. And I happen to have dried shrooms, and also we have tamari. It has to be tamari because, you know, it has to be gluten-free. KFC for lunch. Hell yeah. I miss KFC. How much KFC is too much? There's no such thing as too much KFC. It's fried fucking chicken, right? What's too much? Too much fried chicken is when you die of a heart attack of fried chicken. Other than that, there's no such thing. KFC is goddamn delicious, all right? So we got this, we got some tamari, and then our dried mushrooms. And like I said, guys, I take shrooms home from work, all the stuff that we don't use, the stems and everything, and I dehydrate them. How you doing, Adrian? You just had Church's chicken? Dude, I haven't had Church's chicken in fucking ever. I haven't had Church's chicken in at least 5 years, right? At least. So I'm kind of jelly about that. But guys, if anything, there is a place in Arizona called Lucky Wishbone. And there's only two stores. And all they do is fried chicken. And I have their jingle in my head is, good things are going at Lucky Wishbone. Chicken, shrimp, and steak fingers too. I don't know this part of the song, but good things are going at Lucky Wishbone. And I have it stuck in my head, and now it's stuck in my head all over again because I sang it out loud, but I love Lucky Wishbone. Also, Whataburger, I miss the share of Whataburger too. Whataburger's goddamn delicious, right? So this is the Kikkoman brand. It's cheap. The Sanjay brand, you guys might have seen those. They're a little bit more expensive. Actually, take that back. They're twice the price as this one, right? However, it's really good quality stuff. I prefer it. However, because we are going to be doing our own infusions and everything, I was like, let's go for the cheap stuff because we're going to make it extra special, right? Korean fried chicken is where it's at. You know what? It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different, right? Oh, double sub now. Thank you so much, Ruforn. Five Guys is great, dude. I'm a slut for Five Guys. I put Five Guys in my mouth and everything. I go nom 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 on Five Guys, right? You know, they're all spuds. They're all spuds, right? So, what we're gonna do? We don't need so much of the soy sauce, right? We are just infusing. However, we are going to, one, make this not as aggressive, and we are also going to make it aggressive. That makes sense. We're gonna make it intense, but it's not gonna taste so much like soy sauce. I want this to complement with all the fish, and you guys are gonna see some fish stuff today. How do I know? For all you Brawl Stars players, I got the fucking Kenji knife out. I got it out, right? And we'll unsheath it if you guys stick around. Don't worry, all that. Have I ever been to Japan? No, I have not. I have never been to Japan, but I know a lot about it. A lot of it through tales and research and all that shit. Even here in the States, I was actually going to be trying to build a yatai. So, kind of go from there. So we got that, and then oh yeah, we got onion. And then we are going to put some dashi in here as well, right? So dashi, oh dashi. Also, we are going to be doing some eggs today as well, guys. Some huevs. Right, so we're gonna do at probably equal parts soy and dashi. This way, the dashi will actually kind of help with the osmosis of everything because it's more water than all that stuff. And like I said, soy and stuff, it's alcoholic, right? You guys, a lot of people don't know that, but it's brewed. It's alcoholic, but it's such a low amount, and especially when it's used in the way that cooking is, it's not really registerable. You'll actually die from sodium before you ever get any like high or whatever from alcohol, right? So we are gonna do probably about, 50 grams worth of dried shrooms, right? And we are going to go ahead. Now, we're gonna take some of our scrap that we did yesterday. Like, remember this, guys? Our scrap. So we're gonna take some of the red onion scrap that we did. Honestly, we could probably do everything because there's ginger in here too. Let's just do it all, right? Because ginger's gonna complement it a bit. And what we're going to do, make sure it's nice and steeped. pretty nice. You know what? I am one of the rare people who is not a real fan of canes. I know it's sacrilege. I understand it, but I think considering like canes is too overhyped, right? However, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just for the hype it is. It's like it's you know, feeling like Poco right now with this music. Oh yeah, fucking vibing. So what we're gonna do with this is we're going to start this at a medium, and I don't ever want to get this to a boil. Actually, I do. I want to hit it to a boil and then immediately kill it, and we're gonna taste it as it goes on until we get that right like sodium level that we want. Because I do want it like pop in salty flavor, but I want to make sure like everything is infused. So as soon as it hits that simmer, we're gonna lower the heat as far down as we can, and then we're going to just let it fucking do its thing, right? That's the goal. We'll put the lid on there to kind of accelerate it a bit, right? So our dashi, we can put it back. Dashi. All right. In the meantime, let's go ahead and actually do the fun part first, guys, because I know you guys fucking like it. We're gonna do some fish, right? You don't like spread? You don't like spread from In-N-Out? Oh, dude, I'm not a fan of In-N-Out. Like, In-N-Out is also overhyped for what it is. It's not bad, right? But I mean, it's a good burger. But for the religion that essentially follows it, it's not fucking. It's not that good, guys. It really isn't, right? So we're gonna cut some fucking fish, guys. I know you guys been wanting some of this forever, especially you guys who missed out on the last time I cut some fish, right? And I just realized, do I only have 3 fish? I guess yeah, that's fine. All right, so we're gonna do these different times. So we got some bluefin chutoro. So chutoro is like the super fatty, super expensive shit that we got. Like this much right here, which is how many ounces? So this is $16. This is less than a quarter of a pound, because a whole pound of this is $70. Think about that, guys, right? And then we also got some Atlantic salmon. I could have gotten some king salmon, but I would have gotten this much king salmon for twice that price, right? And I also got some Hokkaido scallops. I got 4 of them. That's all I need. That's all I need. We're good. So, and then we also got some shiso leaves. I picked up some Persian cukes. We're gonna pickle some of these, go from there. Now this is gonna heat up really fast because it's such a small amount. So we do wanna pay attention to that in some capacity. We're gonna leave these out. I'm just gonna put it on this counter for now. And we are going to work on the fish that's gonna be the least fussy and to the most fussy, which is gonna be this one, so we can maximize our space. So we're gonna go ahead and put these 2 away, and we're gonna start with our scallops, right? So, this should be almost ready. Yep, it's ready to go. Kill the heat on there, and we're just gonna let it fucking coast on low or medium. We'll do medium. We'll do medium, just medium. Fuck it, right? Put that there for now. Now, no, that's still too high. All right, let's do that. Cool. This, I was gonna say something scraping this. Okay, that's fine. All right, anyways, so what we are going to do, paper towels are gonna be our best friend, and before we get anything else going for this, we need to make sure that we have this ready to go. So we are gonna have a pan to put our fish on, but it's not just gonna be any pan. We're actually going to line it and kind of create like this environment for the fish to never touch the metal. So how are we gonna do that? By the great power of Grayskull, we summon the cellophane wrap. God, you're still too high. All right, turn you low. I guess we're just gonna have that coast on low. So what we are gonna do, all the way over. And we are going to stretch this out. Actually, we're gonna have to do this sideways, right? We're gonna have to do multiple layers, and that's fine. Right? Nice and cut. Motherfucker, there we go. All right, make sure it's nice and tight, nice and tight. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. again, we're gonna make it nice and tight. So what this is gonna do is kind of help with the temperature control. So one, the fish won't get like too hot, too cold. And you see how we have like this divot? What's gonna happen is as the fish lays over it, some of the juices will actually kind of flip in there. It's kind of cool how it works out. Don't explain to me the science, I don't fucking know. But essentially the fish, one, won't be oxidized from the metal, and two, it will not be sitting in its own potential fluids, right? And that's the last thing we want to do is get it sitting in its own fluids. So, next thing, we're gonna actually start cutting. Oh my God, guys, we're already cutting fish. Oh my God, it's like a dream come true for everyone. I know. I know you guys have been waiting so long for me to actually cut fish, especially you Brawl Stars people. How are you doing, Jameson? I'm doing A-okay, A-okay. So, scallops. All scallops are pretty much have the same structure, but Hokkaido scallops are especially sweet and also especially flimsy, right? And scallops, just like any other shellfish, they're very filtery type of animal. However, scallops are probably the only bivalve that I would consider an actual animal because they actually hunt for their food. But oysters and mussels, they're just lazy pieces of shit and just But scallops, no, they're predators. Scallops don't fuck around, right? All right, guys, here we go. You guys all were wondering about this knife. This is the most expensive knife and the sharpest knife I own. Actually, no, this is the second most expensive knife. The most expensive knife is the one you see on stream all the time, right? Do scallops taste like anything in reference? Really fishy? Okay, so scallops are more like, they're more melony, they're more sweet. They have a very, even when they're cooked, like overdone, they're very tender comparatively. They can get rubbery, but you almost want them like almost raw on the middle, almost raw, if that makes sense, right? Yeah, they taste like beautiful balls. Yeah, essentially what Hazjaz says, right? So this right here is the sashimi knife, right? The Yanagiba, Mayana, right? So single blade edge, it's a hollowed edge, so it is hollow in the inside, it's curved. You guys can't really see it, but there's only one edge. So most knives have two edges. This one has one, right? So it is specific for the way you cut. Now, to make sure that this is out of the way, put you there. Again, scallops are also very spongy creatures. So any water, they'll soak them up, right? So they have this muscle right here. I call them feet, but they're not. I'm the only person who calls them feet. But we do want to take this off. This is still great. This is still awesome. I'm almost curious, like, I also want to put them in there. Hokkaido scallops are also really known because they taste awesome when they're raw. But we're gonna cut each one into 3 pieces, and the way we're gonna do it is carefully. And notice how I'm doing these long slices. There's a reason why the yanas are like this. You want to do one long slice at a time. This way you don't get like those, you get a nice clean cut. You're not breaking any of the fibers. You're not doing any of that stuff. It's just nice and simple, right? Again, all the way through. And you gotta be vigilant. Once you commit to a cut, you do not want to go backwards, right? If you fuck up, you fuck up. It's fine. It takes a lot of fucking practice to get to this point, but once you do it, it's grand, right? So again with this sukiyaki beef, sukiyaki is pretty good. Better sukiyaki than teriyaki. That's all I gotta say. I know I'm a teriyaki hater. But it's just because, like, okay, if you guys are ever in the Seattle area, there is a teriyaki restaurant every fucking corner. and they don't even have a name. They just say teriyaki. That's it. It's like, you're not even a fucking restaurant. It's just teriyaki. That's it. Right? How much does a whole Wagyu cow? Fucking, probably, a whole Wagyu cow, I will probably run you 100 grand. That's just a guesstimate, though. I honestly couldn't tell you. But depending on the grade of the Wagyu is what really matters, right? If you do so when it comes to Wagyu, there's technically 2 different grading systems for them. For when it comes to Wagyu, because Australia also has Wagyu, but they have their own grading system. And Wagyu over there goes up to a 9 and 10. In Japan, it goes up to a 5, right? So the more fat that's in it is the higher grade, which is more expensive because that means it's retaining all that fat, right? So yeah. Yeah, no, so the reason why I'm slicing them is because, one, we're gonna be putting some of this on sushi, and some of that we are going to actually like layer and pickle with some cucumbers. Some of that, I might actually plate a dish for you guys tonight so you get a mindset on like the level that I cook at. So we're gonna be trying that for 2 different dishes so we can spread out as much protein as possible. And I don't want those big scallops because we're not cooking these. We're gonna be serving these raw. So when we cook them, of course we don't wanna do this. Now I will torch a couple of these with my handy dandy blowtorch. I will be torching some. So I'm gonna be putting some of the soy with a little bit of sesame and blast it, but yeah. Pigs are my spirit animal, that's why I got a pig tattoo right there. Hell yeah, actually whales are. Actually, I got a cool toy for that. So the next fish we are going to do is the chutoro. So this is an extremely expensive fish. I make it a personal thing until these are like sustainably fished. I only get about this much once a year, right? This is a very overfished animal right now, unfortunately. And the reason why is because it's one of the best tasting fish out there, right? And this is a really nice chutoro. You could tell by looking how firm everything is, the color on it, it's great. So the reason why it looks so white comparatively to most tuna, that's all fat. So this is like the Wagyu of the sea. This is the best way I can explain it to you. This fish right here. So this is and specifically this cut is a chutoro. So this is at the very tip of the, so normally you get this giant loin, it's a giant triangle almost. This is by the shape of this, you can tell it's the very tip of that triangle. So this is right here where the bloodline would actually be sitting. So this even is not the best cut of that, but still. So what we're gonna do is start with a small one, right? And then I'm just going to just dip it in here so I can eat it really fast. That's coming out tasty. This is fucking tasty. And again, we are going to slice away. Like so. Now notice I'm holding my hand very firm, very still, so I can feel the fibers cutting, and I can feel my blade as well. So normally I would have like a glove on and stuff like this. But that's by law for the restaurant, right? But this is one of those crafts where if I see someone doing this without a glove in a restaurant, I'm not gonna be mad because I know their hands are clean. This is part of their job. They need to do it like this so they can feel and get those nice accurate cuts and do the best that they can for it, right? So bluefin tunas, actually, if you guys don't know about those, bluefin tunas are auctioned, right? So they are auctioned out. I'm gonna do this last piece for me. That's so good. So every single day in Tokyo, there is this fish market, the world's largest fish market. It's actually one of my dream places to go to. This is the only place where they do like true auctions for bluefin tuna. And what they do is that they'll auction it off, and there's at the tail end, let's imagine this is a fucking fish, right? This is a fish. There's a tail, and they'll cut off a block at most this big, right, of the tail, so they can hand it to the people to taste, and that way they can be like, and that's how they grade the tuna, and that's how much they're like, okay, I'm gonna buy this tuna for this much, and then once the price is set, people will auction for it. Oh, this person said this, it's gonna be that good. So restaurants will actually hire someone just to auction and buy that fish for them because it's that big of a deal for bluefin tuna. It's that big of a fucking deal. So I think the highest recorded bluefin tuna price, if I am correct, was I think $70,000. I could be way off on that though. You know what? Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Why not? What is the highest paid bluefin tuna ever? Oh, I was way the fuck off. All right. It was a 612-pound bluefin, and it sold for 333.6 million yen. So that's $1.3 million in US dollars. So I was way the fuck off. All right. way the fuck off. So that's just a reference for you, right? So next we have our salmon. This is going to be the fussiest fish that we have because there's a lot that we have to do with it, right? And it's also the biggest fish we have. So we're going to pat it dry, make sure it's nice and dry. And you guys are wondering, like, the paper that's on the bottom of like fish, it's actually fish paper. It's expensive. It's like a super paper towel. They absorb much more, but it's great paper. It really is. So if you work with sushi or fish a lot, it's worth getting that roll of paper, right? So the bones are still in here. We are gonna pick the bones out of it. And I did grab my fucking thing, or unless I put it in here. Where did you go, George? Where did you go? We're gonna turn this up a little bit because we do want it to redux. I don't want it to stay warm. Come on. Donde. Where did my fish thingies go? I mean, if not, I'll just use these tweezers, whatever. It's not the end of the world. Now, here, for now, I am going to wear my glove. And the reason why I'm gonna wear my glove now, opposed to what I was doing before, is because this is gonna act as a barrier for my... Seriously, where the fuck did they go? Like, I had my fish tweezers earlier. Donde? Did I put them back in here? No. It's going to act as a barrier for the heat that is coming from my hand. I mean, it'll really make my life easier if I don't have to do these tweezers. Not in here. Fuck. Okay, fine, whatever. How are you doing, Evan? So, and also the way that I like to pick these, I'm not even sure if these tweezers will work. I mean, I have some in my bag, so I kind of go like this on my hand, so that way I don't have to go back and forth. I can keep track of everything. I just feel the bones. You fucking, there we go. It's a good thing these tweezers at least have like teeth on them, like so. And that way they're out of sight, out of mind. And then when I need to throw my tweezer or my glove away, all the fish bones go away with it too. So it's Gucci, right? All right, feel any bones on the side. I'm not feeling shit. Gucci, right? Look, one and done. There we go, all done with that. Next, we are going, I grab another glove really fast just so I can trim this in the fashion that I want. So we are going to take off, let's go ahead and do this. Let's take out the skin first. And the way we need to take out the skin is I am going to do, I can't use this knife for this. It's going to not quite work out the way that I need it to. We're going to do this really fast, right? So we have this block right there, which is fine. And then from here, keep it even. Bam. Perfect. And then we got our skin right here. And I'm gonna keep this. We're going to dehydrate it. Ready to go. I know I made that look really easy, guys. Just it's practice, right? That's all it is. It's just practice. Again, we are just going to pat this dry because all the oil. Oh, I feel a bone there, you motherfucker. I knew one of you. Oh, two of them. You son of a bitch. You son bitch. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Any other weirdos? Nope. All right. That's Gucci. Ah! Gucci. Am I going to add flavor? At this stage, I am not, right? But for what I'm doing for flavor right now, it's all happening in here for when we do eat it. And actually, we should probably taste this for the sodium level, see if this is where I want it to be. The smell on it is incredible, though. I can go a little bit further, a little bit, right? So not too much. So now, let's put that in here for now. We're going to break this down into these blocks. And then from here, I'm going to, because this is pretty big right there, we're going to do that. Actually, yeah, this is how we're gonna do it. All right. Have a fair amount of salmon. Take our skin. Now notice I'm not touching the fish at all with my right hand. I try really hard not to do that. This way I can make sure that I'm not trying to cross-contaminate as much stuff as possible, and it makes cleaning my knives way easier. Because that means I don't have to really do too much with the handle. Right? So we got that. And then we are going to cut this off right here. And now I'm going to make this block like so. Now all this scrap I'm going to use when I dehydrate the skin, and I'm going to either eat it like this or I'm going to make furikake, right? So again, just like we did with our chutoro, I'm going to eat this, just dip this in the fish. That's mighty tasty. All right. It's actually a pretty good quality salmon too. You're getting all the nice bits. So essentially the reason why I cut it up like this, guys. Oh, that one's a messy cut. I'll show you the difference between the fishies. Right? So, these are all ready to go. Like so. And I'm actually you know what? I'm gonna probably make poke out of this. All right. Okay. Starting to slip on the cutting board. It's too much fish oil, which is fine. Just means we need more paper towel. It's all that fishy fat, which is good. That's good news. Fish oil is good for you too. It's good for your fucking brain, guys. Ooh. Gotta get rid of that one because there's goddamn pin bone in there. Didn't want to deal with that. All right, I'll do one more, and then this last piece I'll eat. Oh yeah. All right, so really fast. Notice these two cuts were from the same fish, but look at the difference on the two, right? This one is more meaty, this one's more fatty. They're gonna have a completely different flavor profile on them. So there's a reason why I cut these like this, right? So, now we got that. And what we are going to do is wrap this up. But actually, before we wrap it up, let's go ahead and cut these up. We're just gonna cut these up into cubes, nothing too particular. And I'm gonna make this for breakfast for the morning. I could cure it for lox, but I am not going to do that. I'm going to make this as poke. So we're gonna marinate this with some kewpie mayo, some of that tamari, some of the chili oil, and have it for breakfast tomorrow. Have it with some eggs. It'll be goddamn delicious. All right. Gucci, Gucci, Gucci. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. And we're gonna save that fish skin like so. And let's just put these in a container for now. And tomorrow I will make something with them. All right. Let's put that on top. It's all fish. And we are going to sanitize our area, wrap it up, or wrap this up, then sanitize, and then we'll get back to the next area. The next stuff we're gonna work on, guys. So there you guys go. You guys got to see my my mediocre sushi cutting skills, fish cutting. Now I will be doing a stream where we break down a whole fish, like a pretty decent sized fish. I did break down a branzino, if you guys were here for the New Year's stream, so that was fun. But I only did the whole fish. I will actually do fillets and everything for a stream if that's something that you guys want to see, and if it is, let me know. I'm all for it. Now, again, we are going to wrap up. Make sure it's nice and tight. Like so. Huzzah! All right, fishy done. Look at that. See? There you go. That took what? 5 or not 5 minutes, man. I mean, if I was not trying to show you guys stuff and I was just 420 blazing it, yeah, it probably would have only taken me 5 minutes, honestly, for that amount of fish. But not in this case. All right. Oh, we do need to get some water freezing though. No, actually, I think this will be a tomorrow job. That will be a tomorrow job. No, it'll be a today job. It'll be a today job. Motherfucker, close. I hath command thee. Why are we not closing? Why are we not closing? You know what? I know why. I know why. All right. Eggies, you can go up there. Salad, you can go right there. Fishy, you need to go the fuck right here. Cool. There, now it's closed. Shishitos, you can stay there. Gucci, Gucci, Gucci. All right, and then this fishy has to go inside. All right, and this onion needs to go up here. And then this needs to get put away. And let's sanitize, guys. Let's sanitize. Can you guys say sanitize? I can't hear you. Why can't I fucking hear you? Oh, maybe because I'm not here in person. I can't hear you guys say shit. All right, so anyways, let me just grab one of these, do a little bit of soap. Little bit of soap, little bit of sponge. Ugh. All right. A little bit of agua. Let's move. These can just go right in there. Actually, I do kind of need that. This needs to move over here for now. And we are gonna just and you're probably wondering, why didn't I do all the veg stuff first? It's because I wanted to show you guys the fish. That's all. That's literally the only reason why I did this first. Otherwise, normally I would do all my cutting to work around all that, right? Do that. Do a nice rinse on this. Get all the suds off, and then we will dry with paper towel. Paper towel. All right. And again, thank you guys for coming in and sticking around for this nice Wednesday evening with Widow O Me. I'm just a widow boy. I'm just a widow man. All right, I realize that this is too far down. That needs to be up just a slit. There we go. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. All right, and we need to make sure, again, paper towels are much more absorbent for water than anything else. So I want to make sure that this knife is ultra dry, because a little bit of water will fuck this knife up. Super high carbon. All right, no moisture, looking good. Put it back in its home. Until next time, my friend. All right. And you're sticking around. I ain't done with you yet. Nah, bitch. Nah. All right, let's taste this again. But again, all we're doing is trying to infuse more than anything else. That's mighty tasty. I think that's there. I think that's there. So we're gonna strain. We're gonna strain. All right. And put it in a quart container to cool. To cure. It's cure, guys. It's cure. All right. Above a little bit. I know, it's getting all over the place. That's the reason why I put it up high. All right. Let's press it down. Squeeze all the goodness from whatever's left in this. All right, and this is all trash now because I can't use this again. Can't use it for anything else. It doesn't work the same way as dashi. All right. There we go. So I don't think we need this pot. Actually, I think we do. We're just gonna rinse this out really fast because everything should just come right off. Gucci. Ah. All right, next. Let's put it there for now. Huzzah. These are trash. All right. It smells really fucking good. Like that ginger goes so far with this. It's really nice. Like the earthy mushrooms and the ginger. It's all just good, guys. That's all I can say about it. It's just fucking delicious. You know what? Let's go ahead and work on the lava cake, right? Why not? So this one I actually have to reference because I do have a recipe for it, but the recipe is at my restaurant, so I need to just do a quick reference on it. So let's see. So let's find out. Let's put on some other music, right? What kind of music do you guys like? Tell me, and I'll put some on, right? Let's see. Let's do some reference shit. I had it up here before. Flourless lava cake. All right. So I know the method. I just need the ratios. All right. God, I hate these fucking. I really want to start a blog just so I can like hate on this stuff even more. All right. So vanilla. So we are going to be doing some stuff that's different for this. 170 grams of bittersweet sandwich chocolate. Cubed butter. So, all right, so this is what we're gonna try and do. So what we need to do is get a bane going. We need to get a bane. So we need to fill this up with water and get it to a boil. Actually, we should probably do it the other side around because my metal bowls will not work because they have a rubber bottom on them. That defeats the fucking purpose. But we do need to get this. Oh, thank you so much, Lokes, for the follow. All right, let's get this to a boil. Make sure all the water and moisture's out there. Max high. Cool. And we got, instead of butter, we got this big fucking thing of coconut oil. Guys, this thing's bigger than my fucking head. All right. We're gonna grab a spoonful. It said a 1/4 cup of this. Dude, it is crazy. You know what else is crazy? Yeah, love. GS Tech Reviews, thank you for the follow. All right. I just realized that this is a little bit lower than I want it to be. There we go. Cool. So it needs to be about that much, and 170 grams of sugar, or not sugar, of chocolate. Needs to be chopped. I'm not gonna chop that shit. 3 large eggs, 3 egg yolks, which is fine. And that stuff we are actually gonna put in there. So this just needs to be low. How much sugar does it need? A cup of sugar. Yeah, so it goes for the grams of the fucking chocolate, but not on the sugar. That's grand. Oh, thank you so much, OG Isaac, for the follow. All right. So that needs to melt. We are going to do that, and we are going to do this chocolate. Now you're probably thinking, it's supposed to be dairy-free too. How do you got chocolate? Bitch, I don't play. I got these 100% real chocolate mini chips. Nut-free, dedicated nut-free, gluten-free, 14 allergen, dairy-free, motherfucking cane sugar, unsweetened chocolate chip, and cocoa butter. That's all that's in this bitch, right? That's all that's in there. And they're good chocolate chips too. I don't know how much 170 grams is with this, so guesstimating this bag, and I have a whole nother bag in here. Come on, dick cheese. All right, we're gonna, how much does this weigh, right? This weighs 283 grams. So we need 170, so this right here is probably 40 grams, I'm guesstimating. I could be wrong, right? So this is trash, and we got another bag. So we're gonna do some mo in here. And what we're doing is we're lightly cooking tempering the chocolate in the cocoa butter. We don't ever want this to melt on the butter on its own. What happens is that it will, it'll separate. We don't want it to separate. Doing this will only allow it to heat so fast. Oh, thank you so much, Dot for the follow. Oh yeah. All right, so this stage, I know exactly what I'm doing. Next, we do have to get the eggs and all that going, and we are gonna use this bowl for this. So it said for 3 whole eggs and 3 egg yolks. So we'll work on that. And a cup of sugar, a cuppa. We're gonna put a cuppa in this, right? We're acting British now. We got a cuppa. So we're gonna do our yolks first. All right. So we're gonna keep our egg whites in here. Yeah, sure, thanks. Okay, this will be a whole egg. Fuck you, buddy. All right. 1. There we go. Separate our yolks to be nice and smoochy boochies. The yolks will just make it extra creamy, nice and creamy. Probably help with that whole lava cake-esque thing too, right? 2, 3. All right, we got those and just 2 more whole eggs. All right, what's up, Dark Nuts? All right, so I know, like I said, I know the method. So while this is completely tempered and melting, what we are going to do next is add the sugar into here, and we're gonna cream the eggs. That's essentially like the terminology is creaming the eggs. So first things first, we're gonna take a whisk and we're going to break the yolks, scramble these up as best as we can. Right? Oh, here. There you go. And we want to get this to a point where the egg yolks start to almost look pale. All right. That's looking pretty much there. These eggs we're gonna keep out for now because we are gonna use them. Oh, it's boiling over. Don't want that to happen. So we can just put this on low because the reason why we have that pot on the bottom is only for the steam, right? So guys, essentially what this is a fucking souffle, for the lack of a better word, but we're using a different method, right? And on top of that, we can make these ahead of time, pop them in the oven, and they'll be ready to go, right? So we're gonna grab some sugar. Donde está sugar? There we are. So it said about a cup of sugar. This right here is about 1.5 cups. Break up all those sugar granules. All right. I don't want you big ass clump. I'll do a bit more. A little bit more. All right. And then we are going to cream our eggs. And we're gonna put some salt in here too. A little bit of salt makes the food taste more like itself. How often do I follow recipes without deviating? Usually when I'm doing something for the first time, I'll do the best I can. But nowadays, not so much. And the reason why is because I've gotten to a point where I know about food. Now, if it's like a reference recipe, like something that is talking about a technique, I have to follow those all the way through. Otherwise, it won't work because that's a technique recipe, right? For instance, let's say I'm making like an agar gel. I have to make sure I follow the exact measurement of agar for a certain gel because of sugar content and liquid and all that other stuff, right? So that's important. I just realized because this is all unsweetened, we are gonna do a little bit more sugar. No, you don't, you big fucking cube. But let's say a recipe like this, I've done this technique before, so I know how these ingredients are going to kind of work. So I'm kind of deviating off of that, right? A little more salt. Again, a little bit of salt makes it taste better. And you can see the color of the yolks already change. All right. And how hot do I have to have the oven? $425. So I think it's gonna be 400 is what we want it at. Actually, I'm not even sure if I want it at 400. Right, so we're going to go into, this is ready to go. We're gonna clear this out because I don't want to take this any further, just in case. So we're actually gonna do this at 370, I believe. Do this at 370, bake, 370, start that. And while that's going, we are going to keep whisking this. Right? So all of our sugar is on the bottom, and we need to cream the eggs, which means that the egg proteins are going to actually kind of take up the sugar And you could see and even feel it if you guys were doing this, but you can't do it because you're not here and you're not me, but you guys are living the fantasy. I understand. That's the reason why POV exists, living the fantasy. But you can feel the resistance of everything kind of both harder and not. So the stuff that would normally sit on the bottom isn't happening, but it's actually happening throughout the entire egg itself, right? And you can see the color of it changing again. So it's not this like dark orange anymore, but it's coming back to that bright yellow that originally was, right? Again, I have a stand mixer. I could bust it out, but I'm not going to. Like, it's just for this one thing, right? And we are going to slowly add our chocolate. If we put it all in now, we have a chance at cooking the eggs, and we don't want to do that. So slowly, like so. All right. Now from here, I am not going to whisk, I am going to fold. Because if I overwork the chocolate and everything, they won't have that fluffy element. So we're just going to kind of like fold it in. Just realized I don't have a rubber spatula up here. That's that alone is not very cash money, but whatever, too late, we committed. And we're gonna do this until all the chocolate is incorporated in. Like so. This is feeling a little thinner than I'm used to, but I know that when it cools down, it will thicken. All right, and you see it has that consistency of an egg batter, right? That's what we're looking for. Or not egg batter, a cake batter. And guys, again, dairy-free, gluten-free, whole 9 yards. All right, so that's ready to go. And that batter you can hold and you know, for like a week, 2 weeks in the fridge until you're ready to bake them. But we have these ramekins and we're gonna bake these now, right? So we need to grease the ramekins, and we also need to sugar the ramekins, right? So we're gonna grab a glove, get ready to bend over, folks. There we go. Get some more of this coconut oil. And I almost want to do something extra with this, but I'm not quite sure what else I want to do with it. But we're just going to spread this, and what this is going to do is kind of help the cake release when we are done with them, right? Because we do want to keep them in the ramekin until we are going to serve. And once we're ready to serve, we will pop it upside down on a plate, and then let them go from there, right before serving. You do it ahead of time, the cakes will actually deflate. Like I said, these are just like souffles essentially. So, all right, and what we're gonna do now is put some sugar around everything. Sugar. All right. The best way I like to do this is I will put sugar into one of these. You son of a bitch, you fucking big ass clump of sugar, you piece of shit. And I will go around the rim like this over the next one, so anything that falls out will be right on into the next one, ready to go until everything is coated, like so. Dump and go on to the next one. Guys, there's a lot of fucking kitchens that don't do this either. You'll be surprised how many times people fuck up with this. Just doing this stage, and it's a mess everywhere. Just sugar and all this leftover stuff. 40 more grams of protein. Go eat a couple eggs. I know how much you love eggs, Ruben. All right. And then from here, back into it. And it looks like I did like the perfect amount of sugar. maybe not. Just like a little bit, just like that much sugar. Oh shit, that was almost bad. All right, so our oven is preheated because I got a badass oven. Make sure this isn't too hot. All right, and we are going to fill these up. Make sure it's nice and stirred. All right, and we're gonna fill it up to about 3/4 of the way. All right, right there. I think this is gonna be like the perfect amount. So hopefully this works, right? Because normally I do this with butter, but this is my first time I'm doing this without any dairy as well. If it works, fucking rad. If it doesn't, then I will go to the store tomorrow and pick something up. Simple as that. So in theory, this will work. All right. It's like this is the perfect amount. Perfect amount, guys. Look at me. First try. First try. It's almost like I'm, you know, I do this for a living or something. All right. Let that do its thing. Put you there. Let's go ahead and wipe the very rims of all of these, right? Omelet, a little bit of oatmeal. That sounds like a good idea. And we're just gonna put these on here. All right, it smells like coconut. So I'm gonna put them in the oven, and we're gonna do these for, we're gonna start at 9 minutes, right? Let's do 9 minutes, so. 9 minutes in, let that do its thing. Wipe this up a little bit. I don't know why I haven't been grabbing these towels. I don't know why. I swallowed a fly. I guess I'll die. All right, so next thing that we gotta do on the shit that I have planned, we do want to get some cucumbers pickled up, right? So our cucks, I got some Persian cukes. So these are smaller cucumbers, like so. They're smaller, thinner, and these go bad goddamn fast. I don't know why, but I don't have any more of the pickle solution, so we are gonna do some more pickle, right? We are gonna cook some more of the pickle, and I'm just going to do this. And we do have to fix our caviar. So guys, if you were here yesterday for that caviar that we did, you guys will see the finished product today for the stream, all right? So we got that going. Also, I just realized, Ruforn, if you've subbed, that means I got one more sub, and that means I got my first 10 subs, which also means that is 3 times more subs than I've ever had on TikTok. Yeah, I'm looking at you TikTok fucks. Why don't you love me anymore? Ah! It's because I don't play Brawl Stars as much. I understand. I get it. I'm never gonna let that joke go. I'm never gonna let it go. I don't care what anyone says. I do appreciate you guys who do come from Brawl Stars, though. I really do. All right, we do need to make sure that that cutting surface is as dry as we can get it. Again, we need our rice wine vin, some sugar. Looks like I'm finally getting rid of all that sugar that was in here from before, guys. All right, now we don't need too much of this because we are only pickling the cucumbers. That's the last of the pickle job we need. And again, we are doing equal parts sugar to all the other stuff. All right. And that should be right there. And we are gonna put a little bit of pepper flake. Actually, the pepper flake's in here. Pepper, pepper, pepper. All right. Like I said, a little bit goes a long way for that. All right, some mustard seed, a little bit. That's right here. All right. There we go. A little bit of water, so that way the sugar can dilute in it and actually dissolve. Sear this bitch, max sear. So, how are we gonna cut these cucumbers, right? Easy, with the fucking mandolin. I have a Benriner that I bring to work every day, just in case I can't find one, or the one that I'd usually use is not available, right? Guys, this is the bane of this tool right here. Everyone is scared to use. Don't be scared to use, because if you get scared to use it, then you will cut yourself, and when you are overconfident, you will also cut yourself. So just pay attention. Oh no! It happened. Guys, if you can hear me. Yeah, if you guys can hear me, let me see, are we still live? Okay, hold on. Crap. Yeah, if you guys can hear me, 1 second, the breaker shorted out. I knew this was gonna happen. All right. Chat, let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, Max Zero is the final straw. All right. All right, so, all right. We're still live. Everything's still connected. That's fucking rad. So, luckily, because everything is on a laptop, because the router's not in this room. But you guys, did it look like, I was like, oh shit. It's like I dealt with something like this yesterday. But it's also because we had the oven also going on. And I even said this earlier today, that's gonna, having both of those on at the same time is gonna kill it. But that's fine, right? So now we know our limits, and also now we know that the stream won't die if this happens again. So hey guys, high five, woohoo! Yeah, we did a different kind of stress test today. All right, awesome, good shit. Yeah, this will go on the TikTok for everyone who's wondering, TikTok and the YouTube. All right, so let me get this all ready. 1 second, guys, and we'll get that. So I know you guys probably couldn't see it, but if anyone could tell me the time that was left on there, I'm just guesstimating 5 minutes. But there is interacting, so we'll see. We're alive. We are alive. All right. So back to where you belong. All right. That was fun. That was fun. High five, everyone. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. Cukes. This, we are going to slice these, right? So I do want these to be medallions, little coins. So I think that thick will be fine. And it's cool to just do a couple of them. So you kind of get like essentially how much you're looking for, right? So, yep, that's a perfect size. So we are going to grab a container. We'll do a pint of container. Fuck. Oh yeah, also, that was fun, wasn't it, guys? Was it fun? Ooh, yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, that, I pressed the wrong button, but they both work, right? And I'm just going to put it right in the container. See, easy money. Like so. And when you get closer to the end, that's when you want to pay attention so you don't hurt your fingies, right? And also, this is a trick that a lot of people don't do in the restaurant. Put your shit over a container. It makes your life a lot easier. Of course, some of it might still fall out, like you see right here, but you don't have to pick all of them up, right? So Persian cucumbers are a little bit more crispier than a normal cucumber. And they look cute. They look cute, you know? All right. All right, so we got a minute left. That coconut smell is really coming out. Coconut chocolate's really good. And I do have some shaved coconut, so I'm thinking I might even toast a little bit of that and put it on top. Coconut and lemon and lime. Make it Japanese-esque, you know? So now we got these. So once those cakes are done, we'll kill the oven, and then we will go ahead and work on this. And honestly, it's actually not the max sear that killed it. It is the wattage that killed it. I know that for a fact. That, and there's just a lot of shit plugged in. High value volume stuff working at the same time. And it's just a thing, right? So let's go ahead and put our egg whites away. Should have done that earlier, but I didn't because I wasn't thinking. Fuck. All right. And let's look at, see, look, it's getting close. Ah, shit. Don't want to unplug the camera. It's getting there. I can tell right now it does need more time. So what we're gonna do is just add 4 minutes, but we're gonna rotate this, right? Because this is a convection oven, that means that this is going to, there's a fan in here essentially. And the fan helps evenly circulate, but you could see like some of it starting to deflate. We got to reincorporate that air in there, or that heat, and it's going to do the thing. So 4 minutes seems like it's going to be a good sweet spot, right? Because we don't want to, if we put this up all the way, then what's going to happen is we're not going to have that molten lava cake effect. It's just going to be a fucking flourless, eggless cake. And it's still going to taste good, but we're not going to get that desired effect that we're looking for, right? So we do want it to have a little bit of jiggle in the middle, but the outsides of it need to be firm, right? So if the outsides are firm, that means the bottom is also firm, because the way that the heat is conducting, much like a pan, all the heat is trapped on the outside. And so that's more aggressive than the stuff in the middle, which only the hot air is actually kind of cooking that stuff. So best way I could put it is, if I punch you in the face, your whole face is gonna hurt, but what's gonna really hurt is where I punched you, right? But you're still gonna be sore from the middle of that. That's fine. That's the best way I can explain it to you guys, right? So we got those cooking like a good looking on schnookin, and I don't think I need any more of this. I don't think. But we'll keep it out just in case. But every time I use a fucking mandolin, I don't care. I don't know why people don't fucking do this. Just reset it. Put it all the way back up, so that way no one accidentally grabs it and just slice their fucking hand. The blade in here is as sharp, it's it's as sharp as the Yanagiba that I just used to cut the fish, right? It's really fucking sharp, guys. It's meant to be sharp. Also, because it's probably going to stay sharper even longer as long as it's used the way it's supposed to. Because it's never hitting any hard resistance, right? It's just going through flesh. Through blood and flesh and bone. Yeah, you can see that the middles have not shrunken. Those ones in the back are looking mighty fine. Mighty fine. All right. So we do want to make sure, let's make sure I have a hot pad on the bottom. Wait, do I have one in here? I do. That way we can place our pan on there. All right. And guys, no one gave me music suggestions, right? I gave you guys the option. I can play the Super Bowl performance. I loved that Super Bowl performance too. I loved it. It's my new favorite performance. So we're at that stage where we kind of have to pay attention to the oven. So right now I can't really do anything, but we'll work on the next bit when we get there, right? Oh, in the meantime, how you guys doing? Tell me, how are you doing? Huh? All right. 30 seconds. See a little bit of steam action, which is good. A little steamage. Yeah, see, this is the chill area. Yes, that's my backpack that I take to work. That has all, you know, some knives and everything in there. That's my jacket. All right, let's check them out. All right, we got a little jiggle. We got a little jiggle. It's a little bit too much jiggle though. So we're gonna rotate one more time. Uh-oh, GoPro died. That's okay, guys. I have batteries for this instance. I come prepared, right? And we're gonna do just a few more minutes. We'll probably do 3. There we go. All right, so let's change out the camera battery on this really fast. Let's sigh. Le KSI. Oh shit. All right. Le batterie. You need to get change. Parlez-vous français? Put you in here. Yeah. Give me power. Technology these days, guys. Am I right? All right. Should be back up here soon. Yep. GoPro. Blah blah blah. All right. So. And then we do this. There. See? Easy money. Back up and running. See? Technology, guys. Gosh. The lengths I go to make sure the stream is looking as cool as I fucking can. I'm only one man, guys. I'm only one man. All right. So we are getting that nice souffle effect in there. As you see, it's getting nice and risen. So I think this right here is going to be where it's at. That's where we're looking at. Right, and it's smelling really good. It's smelling mighty fine. Mighty fine. All right. Do. 50 seconds. 50 seconds, guys. Count down with me. 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40. See, guys, I could be the next voice actor for Halo. You know, that guy, he's getting old. They need someone young and hip like me. I can easily take over any voice acting job ever. I'm only the world's greatest voice actor. I know you guys have seen it. That one show with that one voice, that was me. You guys heard me. You guys saw me. It's a fact. It's a fact, everyone. Alright. So it's 9 seconds, all that stuff, and we got that jiggle, and it's there where I want it to be. Right? So we are going to take this out. It actually might be a little bit too much, or not enough jiggle, but you see, we got our kakes, and they need to cool in here, right? So they need to cool like this. We need to leave it out, and once by the end of the stream, they'll be cool enough for me to put away in the fridge. We do it in the fridge right now, they will just shrink. We don't want that. You can see the separation around the edges, like that. And that's pretty much what we're kind of like looking for. That's that nice separation to make sure that it will get out there easy. And they will deflate a bit. That's fine, because again, we are going to be serving these upside down. So we'll do that. But we will try one probably at the end of the stream, right? So, and all we have to do from there is just reheat it. Alright. Now, since that's not working anymore, we can just get rid of that. We can turn this on. We gotta plug it back in because I didn't want to like risk it. Alright. So, alright, let's try again, guys. Let's try again. Fingers crossed. Where were we? Max Sear. Alright. Gonna go the distance. I can find my way. Somehow I'll be strong. I know every while is worth everyone here's while. I can grow almost anywhere to feel like I am special. Do, 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 do. See, it's already fucking hot, right? We didn't even need to do so much, right? Easy money. Oh, let's use this spoon. So we just want to bring this to a boil so that way all the sugar will dissolve. And you can see some of it already is dissolving, which is good. That little spot in the middle of the pot is just sugar. So we want to make sure all that goes away. All right. This looks like it's mostly gone, but the best way to make sure it's gone is to make sure that this is Gucci. All right. This little spots, you can see, look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's happening. It's doing its due. All right, there we go. Cool, cool. Let that happen. We're gonna use this pot again because we got some more stuff we gotta do. There is actually a syrup, a simple syrup I'm gonna be trying to do with some ponzu that I have. So we're gonna try that out. We're just gonna pour this right over the cucumbers, like so. And let that, there's saying you can see how much brighter they are right off the bat by doing it in this method. So we're gonna put these in the fridge like so. And we'll save that last little bit of pickle juice. I'll put you in here right there. Just gotta remind myself to be careful when I close this and open it so I don't splash all over the place. All right. All right, next. How much is in there? It's like a cup's worth. Cup's worth. What am I making? So I'm making a bunch of stuff. We just got done doing a pickle and our dairy-free, flour-free, gluten-free fucking lava cakes. Chocolate lava cakes, which are right there that you can see. It's pretty neat. But the next thing we are going to be working on is a simple syrup. which means we're gonna go through even more sugar, which is great. So we're gonna do equal parts sugar to equal parts of this ponzu that we have. We're also gonna use some lemon juice to kind of bring out that acidity that we want. So I saw this recipe and I was very curious that I want to try and make a cocktail with this tomorrow. So we're gonna see exactly how this is going to be. So I want to make sure that my measurements are right for this one. So we're gonna get a cup container, right? And we're gonna see if I can get like a 1/4 cup. All right. So that right there is about a 1/4 cup. Let's go ahead and do all of it. So this is about 1/2 cup. That's actually perfectly 1/2 cup, which is great. 1/2 cup of this, right? We're gonna do about 1/2 cup's worth of sugar. All right, fine, you big old fucking clump. Break you down, I guess. Oh yeah, break it down. Oh look, this is like exactly 1/2 cup, all right? And we're gonna make this into a simple syrup. And to kind of help with the acid and that yuzu kind of syrup that we're looking at, we are going to add some lemon, right? And we're just gonna juice 1 lemon. Hey, thank you so much, Jet. Thank you. I'm always trying to, you know, if I'm not talking to chat, I'm making sure I'm just talking in general, because I just want you guys to fucking pay attention and be interactive, like let you know, like, hey, there's more to this than just you know, fucking streaming for the sake of streaming, right? So guys, fun fact about this knife. This knife is a very high carbon knife, right? So if you see the discoloration on this knife, this is a patina. So the reason why I bring this up is to build a patina, you need a lot of acid. And you know what has a lot of acid? Lemons. So I want to show you guys something, right? On this, right? So what we're gonna do, we're rolling this, and the reason why we're rolling our lemon is to break down or break apart those juice particles, juice capsules in the citrus, so we will get a bit more juice out of there. Hell yeah, do your computer work, Tasty. And then what we're gonna do is cut this in half like this. Now, I want you guys to see the blade, right? You see it right now. In the next minute or two, we'll check back into there. But in the meantime, so we'll start this mix here. We're gonna juice this lemon in there. And then we'll strain it at the end. But again, we're gonna bring this to a boil. All right. And I don't want to put the rinds in there. If I put the rinds in there, they're going to be very, very bitter. And that kind of defeats the purpose of a simple syrup, because we want to put this in there. Now, granted, this is a ponzu. So if you guys don't know what ponzu is essentially like acidic soy sauce, right? But it's a yuzu ponzu. And yuzu is a fruit that's, it's my favorite citrus. It is very, the best way I like to tell people, it's like a fucking extra sour lemon or a spicy lemon, but it's not spicy at all. But it's one of my favorite fucking ingredients to work with. And that ponzu actually tastes a lot like yuzu. So I was curious about seeing this recipe and I was like, in theory, this will work. So we're gonna try it out, right? So what we're gonna do is make this into a simple syrup. So there's essentially equal parts liquid to sugar. So it's gonna be nice and viscous by the time it's done doing its thing. But we are gonna break it down a little bit because we did add that extra acid in, right? So we got that. Now, our knife is already starting to change color a bit from the acid of the lemon juice, right? And that's what creates a patina. And we will actually wipe it off onto a paper towel so you guys can see how the color itself change, right? It almost is like brown, and it's not rust, guys. It's just oxidation from the blade. So if you guys like that kind of buildup, I personally love that buildup because it shows that your knife is getting used, right? But a lot of people like their knives pristine. There's nothing wrong with that either, right? So this is at a boil, right? We're just gonna boil this for like a minute or two, and then we'll strain it out and taste it. So let's grab a strainer, and we'll grab a pint container, even though it's only a cup, but I want to make sure it has enough room to bloom. And you can see that color is already pretty golden, which is nice. And the reason why only a minute is because it's not as much like liquid in here. So it doesn't need, it'll actually turn into a caramel faster than we think it's going to. All right. So that's actually good right there. And you can see that color is actually really, really nice. Strain out all the stuff in there, right? So let's actually taste it. Let's give it a taste. Give it a good old rub. Ooh, hot. Oh. Oh, man. This might be my new favorite fucking thing. Holy shit. I honestly think it could use even more soy sauce. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh, okay, so what am I making? Right now, this was a yuzu ponzu simple syrup. And like I said, ponzu is soy sauce with acid. And so there's soy sauce in here, right? It's white shoyu. And so it has shio, so that's salt. Actually, let's try just a little bit of salt, right? Because the recipe I said it is a shio koji, right? And shio is salt. So if we put a little bit of salt, let's stir that around. Might even need a little bit even more salt than that, but god damn it, the acid is like immediately hitting my throat. So a little bit more salt, like that. Oh my god. Yeah, like lemons and soy sauce essentially, yeah, but this is yuzu. So yuzu is like a lemon, right? Like a Japanese lemon, exotic lemon. Oh. This is one of my new favorite things. This is incredible. I'm so glad I ran into that recipe today. That is incredible. That's impressive. I am going to save this recipe. Holy shit. I'm gonna utilize that in some form of fashion down the line. That is fucking awesome, guys. I can't express it. Like, it's gonna be hard for me to, like, you guys are gonna see me say like, oh, that's tasty and everything. That right there is incredible. All right, that is impressive as shit. That is that's like, take your fucking notes for that. Good. That's, oh man, awesome. All right, so let's look at the book and see what else we need to do. Right. Yeah, it's a W fucking recipe. And granted, it's not the exact recipe, but I did, so I'm curious to see like what the exact recipe actually is, because that was fucking good. Oh my god, that is so good. And the thing is, I can only imagine it being even better, because once it cools down, it's going to settle. And I didn't know it was gonna be that fucking good. All right, so veg. We do need to get the negi going. I said that we would do that today. So here's what we're gonna do, right? So let me grab a quart or a cup's worth of water, or like this, and we need to make sure that it's like that. Make a cooking class online. So there's a lot of people who want me to do a cooking class online, and that's what this is. That's all I have to say. As far as people paying for it, well, you guys get to subscribe. Yep, that's pretty much it. What's my favorite thing to make? That's a really hard question. Everyone asks me that question. That's like, favorite thing to make and favorite thing to eat are the two most common questions chefs are asked, right? But if I'm being honest, I don't really have an answer to that. But I always go back to Spam fried rice. And the reason why I say Spam fried rice is because It is easy to make. It is super tasty. It keeps you up on your knife skills. And if you want to impress your date, that's an easy one to make. And if they don't like Spam, tell them to be an adult and eat the fucking Spam, unless they have some religion. In which case, I don't have anything to say about that. That means it's like, well, I probably wouldn't date you anyways because of that. So the reason why we need to make sure we need to make sure our water is ice cold. The reason why we need to make sure it's ice cold is so that way our scallions will curl, right? I want these like nice, like little salad, I guess you can say. So I think we are done with all our cooking. I think we're done with all of our heating stuff. There is going to be a little bit of heating tomorrow, but we've done all the heating that we need to do for this. We did a lot yesterday, and we did a lot more than I was expecting to today, but I'm glad we did. And, you know, and then like I said, we got to let our lava cakes kind of do its thing. So we get this done, and then we'll do the lava cakes, and then I think that will be all we have to do today. So let's get our negi. Our negi is scallion. That's all that negi means, is scallion. Japanese for scallion, right? So, like I said, it's like they will start littling because we got rid of the whites, but that's fine, right? So we're gonna go ahead and take rid of all the nasty bits, and we're gonna get rid of our whites, and we're gonna save our greens, right? Now, what we're gonna do here is carefully, just on one side, we're gonna cut one side and make it flat. Now, technically you don't have to do this. I personally do, just so I can make it a little bit extra. All right, like so. And this is like how you get like that extra fine, like dining bullshit. This is what, you know, we do, right? But like I said, we also have a brigade. Now, I don't do this in the current restaurant I'm at, right? I don't need to do it at the current restaurant I'm at, which is fine. But this is a technique that I tend to show people if they want to learn. I do have, you know, people who want to learn at the restaurant, and this is one of those things I show them, right? Get these nice long boys, like so. What country do I live in? I live in the United States. All right. Oh, that's fine. Oh, it didn't cut. That's fine. Oh, there we go. Yep, it did cut. Just barely. It's just whittled. That's why. That's okay. They'll come back to life as soon as we hit them we'll shock them in the water. And that's what we're going to do, is shock them. That's the term, right? So, yeah, we don't want to use that one. We don't want to use this one, but we do want to use these. So, oh, did I miss? Oh, I didn't miss it. All right, cool. There we go. So I know that you guys probably have never seen someone do this before, but like I said, this is something that a lot of people don't do. It's one of those random techniques. And I'm only gonna do one bunch worth because obviously it takes a lot of time, but I don't need that much. It's only gonna be for me and my partner. Okay. Also, as far as like cooking classes go, I would love to make one really exclusive for people, but I need to make sure like people want it, right? I don't want to make a class and then people don't sign up for it. So that's another big reason why I don't do that. I'm not big enough yet, but I will be. I will be, guys. As long as I keep up with it. Especially as long as you guys are interested in it too. because it's going to get to a point where I don't know what I will be doing anymore. As far as like cooking, it's like, hey, I've shown you everything I got, so now it's time for me to learn, right? So what we're going to do is kind of stack these up, and then we're going to finally make these nice long sticks, long ribbons, right? And you can tell that they're kind of straight right now. And they're going to stay straight like this until we put them into the water and aggress them. All right, make sure we get these. And I would like them long, so this way they can kind of toss it up like that a little bit. Again with this. All right, and we're gonna grab our water that we have. And it needs to be like ice water. It's pretty cold, it's fine. All right, and we're just gonna put this in. We're gonna aggravate it. All right. And in the next couple minutes, they'll actually start to curl up really hard. But the reason why I want to aggravate it is so that way we kind of incorporate that curling. And we're gonna put them back in the freezer for a little bit longer, probably another like 5 minutes. At least until we get the rest of the negi done, and then we'll take them out, right? If we take them out, if we leave them in the freezer, we'll have like onion water, and onion water is not good. Any frozen onion actually is not fucking good. It's gross. All right. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do. It's like, considering how long I've been on Twitch, it's not, you know, so the fact that I have as many viewers as followers is because of what I used to do on Twitch, which was podcasts for restaurants and everything, once upon a time. And I try to do this thing called Ridiculous Reads, where I just read really bad fanfics. But I just kind of fell off from it. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. So for these greens, what I'm gonna do is cut them on a long bias, so we get like these ovals, right? Like so. And these ones, we don't need to worry about the consistency on it too much, just because of the fashion of how they're gonna be served. These are going to be served more as like a garnish instead of a component. All right, like so. And they will cook down. And these are, we are going to cut these down just in half. So, and the reason why is because we are going to be serving these with the shishitos. Now, I'm not going to show you guys the shishitos, but our shishitos are, oh, that's down. Our shishitos, we are going to high heat, blister them, lemon juice, togarashi, salt, until we get a flame on them, and we want to blister them. And that's it. And they'll be super easy. And we're gonna toss these in with it, and we'll blowtorch these, so we get a nice like color on them. It'll be really good, really nice. Really nice. Nice. All right, this in here. That can get torn in half. Just break these up, whatever. Like so. All right. And then these we will go ahead and put in with the shishitos, which I have right here. And we'll just leave these in the bag. And I'm actually going to kind of close them a little bit, but with a lot of oxygen. So that way, the essence of both the shishitos, as you can see like this, a big balloon, the essence of the shishitos and the onions will come together. And what also is gonna happen, this balloon will actually grow. It will expand because the shishitos and everything, they're living, they're breathing still. So all the gases and everything will help expand all this, right? All right, so we're done with this. We're done with this. This is waste, this is keeping, and we are gonna check on our other negi that was in the freezer. And again, guys, We want the fastest way to do it is to make sure it's as cold as possible, but we don't need it to be super cold because we're gonna do this. And we do want to make sure that we get as much moisture out as possible. So I guess we do need a bigger container than this. And because I don't want to squish them, we're gonna do this. Have a paper towel, we're gonna fold it and make sure it's on the very bottom so it's not swimming in water. All right. And we got these nice curls, as you can see, right? And they'll stay that shape now. This needs to be flat. There we go. Like so. So it's like a scallion salad, essentially. That's what it is. And we're gonna mix this up, a little bit of other veg that we have. Toss it up a little bit with